Yo, what is up guys, man? This is Mark. We are back with another Ultra Vegito video, finally. Now listen, you guys know I've been away for about like a month. I currently was just in Japan for a little bit doing some university stuff. If you guys saw the last 3 videos, I feel like the quality of the video wasn't that great in my opinion. I just didn't like it, so I just decided to wait until I got back here in my original setup to continue the videos. But you know, since I waited so long, we're gonna go ahead. It's gonna be called Road to Season 2. We're just gonna go ahead and post a video, an Ultra Vegito video, every single day. Just every single day until I catch up, because there's other reactions that I want to go ahead and do, Dragon Ball based reactions that I want to do, and I don't want to be stuck on Ultra Vegito too long, especially since I took that 1 month like, I don't know, break or whatever. So I want to finish Ultra Vegito, and we're gonna get this done. This month in December, we're going to catch up. Okay, we're gonna catch up because there's other stuff that I want to be doing, original content, and I want to look at other people's amazing work, right? Make sure to credit them. So anyway guys, sorry for the delay, sorry for everything. Now let's just get on to the reaction now. Let's go.
So our story continues with Goku having entered a mysterious new state after last chapter. Aiming to try and access the power of the gods and angels Vegito had absorbed, as his base hair now rises up and a strange aura begins to surround him. Silently, he would think to himself, I know their power is in here somewhere. If I can just bring it out, I know I'll be able to give Vegito a run for his money. And with his premonition forwarded, Goku would then calmly and slowly rise up into the sky. Huh? Kakarot? Leaving the now downed Vegeta to watch.
Okay, so Goku's gonna try to like tap into like all the angels, the people that Vegito absorbed.
But once Goku
tap into their
reached
power
the
and stuff.
summit above, he would look down at both Vegito and Vegeta and reply under his breath, I know, Vegeta. That's why I'm going to try and get a little help.
Oh wow, Spirit Bomb? Okay.
Nothing.
I was not expecting that.
And suddenly, in a truly unexpected turn of events, Goku would lift both of his arms into the air, into the iconic position we all know is that of summoning the Spirit Bomb. Meanwhile though, the God Killer Vegito, still with his eyes closed from the challenge he imposed on himself, using his hearing alone, would comment, Now what is this? If I'm not mistaken, I sense Kakarot has risen into the air. What could he be planning this time? Another Kamehameha? But Goku, looking down, now focusing as hard as he can, would then look to the prince and say, Sorry if this feels like deja vu to when we fought Boo, Vegeta, but I'm gonna need your help here. Cover me while I get the energy needed. It shouldn't take too long. But on the instant,
yeah, I know Vegeta mad, bro. He's not trying to relive that.
Come to Vegeta of a certain battle as he angrily grunts back, A Spirit Bomb? Really, Kakarot? You fool! That's not going to work in here! When the only life forms are us 6! And I doubt Black, Boo, or the other 2 are hardly in the mood to help. A Spirit Bomb, huh? And yet again, this conversation is heard by Vegito's heightened senses, as he smirks and continues. For once, Vegeta's loud mouth actually did some good. But he's right. What a foolish idea. To be expected of the clown known as Kakarot. In here,
the clown.
Nothing will even be generated, let alone from the gods and angels he so foolishly thinks he can interact with. But undeterred, Goku just continues smiling warmly as he looks down at the prince and replies, You might be right, Vegeta, but what else can we do? I say, if anything, it's worth a shot. And anyway, I know the energy of the gods and angels is here somewhere for us to use. I can feel it. Before he then looks up with a serious face and asks, please lend me your energy. But an annoyed Vegeta, who seems more begrudged by the situation rather than what Goku is attempting, just then grits his teeth and says out, fine, have it your way, Kakarot. It's true, not like we have any better ideas. I'll do what I can. Your fight is with me now, Vegito! Immediately then launching at Vegito, just as Goku had requested. And of course, Vegito would completely be aware, citing, I see. Distract me while you try your best to muster some energy, huh? How tragic is that? Only thing sad here is how much you underestimate us, Vegito! As suddenly, with speed, even in his base form, Vegeta suddenly appears right in front of a smiling Vegito. Before quickly slamming a foot right onto the God Killer, that is of course easily just blocked with Vegito's own knee.
Oh damn, okay.
Sending Vegeta back as he yells, damn you! Even without looking? As a smiling Vegito would giggle. Don't feel too bad, my dear prince.
Dude, how many times has Vegito laughed in this whole thing, bro? In this whole series.
To which, violently Vegeta would just try once more, only to be blocked yet again. Eventually leaving a completely exhausted Vegeta to yell out in frustration, Kakarot, hurry up, will you? This Vegito is just playing with me! To which the humoring God Killer would say back,
Oh damn, man.
yes, that may be true, Prince, but that doesn't mean I won't enjoy letting you try harder and harder. Worry not, take your time. It's not like your silly plan has any chance at working. And just like that, as Goku watches on, Vegeta would continue his fruitless assault, with Goku wondering, take my time? But Vegeta, he's barely got anything left in him. And so closing his eyes tightly, Goku would then scream internally, no! This has to work! Come on, please! Anybody! Give me your energy! Huh? And suddenly, as if blessed by a god himself, Goku suddenly feels a sudden rush of energy flow through his body and up above, as if his prayers were finally being answered. Ah! No way!
Oh damn, what
As
does
unbelievably in the blink of an eye, a humongous mass of energy appears right above.
it looks like a
Son
Hakaishin
Goku.
ball. Am I
But
crazy?
not just any energy, as for the first time, the power of the so-called Spirit Bomb no longer looks blue in color, but instead now sports the divine purples.
Okay, so
of
yeah,
the
it is purple, okay.
Destroyer's divine destruction energy, with hints of white angelic power imbued.
Oh, okay, sure.
Whoa! And as Goku looks up in awe, his trembling and excitement body just comments, this energy, it's none of ours. It's so vast. Beerus? Whis? Are you in there? But soon Vegito too would briefly sense the sudden mass of divine aura resonating with his own. while Vegeta, also noticing, would keep battling, hoping. Kakarot, you did it! How could I expect any less? Let's just hope this freak in front won't notice before it's too late. But Vegito, now gaining a hint of annoyance, would just think to himself, well, I'll be. Son Goku truly is something else. That really is. Before instantly vanishing from the face of a shocked Vegeta, as if he could have done so at any moment, before reappearing right behind the still arms stretched out Goku before raising his own arms out,
shoot.
He says, "Time's up! I changed my mind. This game is pointless!"
Yeah, he got scared. He got scared.
Wait! Vegito! Surprising a wide-eyed Goku, who is none the wiser until... In a flash, and with thunderous impacts, the God Killer would slam both of his fists down indiscriminately, right down to the skull of Goku. Sending him down to the ground for a fatal crash.
Damn, bro, brutal.
On the plain white floor of Vegito's mind. Our hero wouldn't be completely out for the count, however, as just barely keeping himself together on one knee, Goku would then remain with one eye open, muttering, "No, Vegito, why?" Before then grabbing his temple with a groan, yelling, "Ow, that one hurt! This isn't fair at all, Vegito. I almost had it. The energy, it's in here. And you know it too. You were scared, weren't you?" But Vegito would of course scoff at the statement, descending to the ground softly before continuing, "Nonsense, clown. The Destroyers are not the only ones here with destruction or angelic power anymore. If anything, you were just siphoning small amounts of my energy from me while my guard was down. Quit with the pipe dreams. The only reason I knocked you down is to show you this is no textbook arc as you presumed. I am no Frieza, Lord Slug, or Boo, and that means I will not just wait like an idiot for you to power up that useless move. Who the hell do you take me for?" Leaving Son Goku near speechless before saying, "Well, it's not like I'll get a chance to find out for sure now. Vegeta, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Maybe with the help of Tien Shinhan to start off." Before quickly Goku would raise both of his arms, crossed over in a strange but familiar stance, before shouting, "Multi-form technique!" And just like that, Goku would then split immediately into two, both deadly silent until the second would say quietly, "Okay, on my count, 3, 2, 1, go!" And instantly the two clones of Goku would then proceed to rush in straight for the relaxed stance Vegito in the distance. And even with two copies of arguably the greatest martial artist the Earth had ever seen attacking Vegito from all angles, the God Killer, with complete control and ease, would continue to dodge each and every attack with his eyes still closed and his hands still on his hips. And a stunned Vegeta,
yeah, this is over, but they can't compete now. This is done.
This attempt at attacking Vegito really is, would then begin popping a vein on his forehead as his anger built, letting out What is going on here? What level of Ultra Instinct can he have to make us look like such chumps? Base or not, something should have landed by now. But the smirking Vegito, in the midst of still dodging, would both correct and goad Vegeta, further saying, "This is no Ultra Instinct that I'm using right now, dear Prince. This is simply just a difference in speed and ability between us now. You both seem like you're moving in slow motion to me. I'll show you slow motion, Vegito."
Slow motion. That's messed up.
Vegeta, in a huff, then suddenly launching into the sky with speed, unbeknownst to Vegito, presumably. And as he finally reaches high enough into the sky, he would think, "Right, this is high enough. If we're moving in slow motion, then I'll just have to make my next attack faster than he can even react."
Final flash, bro.
Spreading his arms out in iconic style, with electric ki suddenly surrounding every inch of his body as he screams with intensity, staring directly down at Vegito and Goku. "You'll regret everything you said, half-clown. You will. Listen to us. Final Flash!" Before, in a wild yell, Vegeta would blast out the attack we all expected, with fury in his eyes, aiming to catch Vegito at the speed of light itself, while preoccupied with the two Gokus. And as expected, the speed truly is unprecedented, immediately blasting off looking like a needle compared to where it began, reaching the trio in the distance near instant. Vegeta! And that speed is reflected by Goku's face, as the two only suddenly notice at the very last second Vegeta's blast, just as its very bright light begins to blind them. And they think, "Could have told me earlier, you know!" And with Vegito's eyes still closed, Vegito would remain standing still, while the two Gokus try their best to escape at the very last second. Pathetic. But though it was assumed Vegito would be none the wiser, the smile on the God Killer's face would suggest otherwise. As soon as Goku stops his attack on Vegito, the fused Saiyan, almost in synchronization, would begin vanishing to escape too.
Okay.
That is until... In the distance, an increasingly frustrated and annoyed Majin Buu would be seen, closing his eyes, levitating, trying his best to finally relax and rest in peace, as he always wanted until... I've had enough of you Saiyans and your noise! I will have my peace! Screaming out with a raucous fury as signature steam shoots out. Yeah! And with unbelievable speed, expected of the margin that was created from the very energy of Ultra Vegito, Majin Buu shoots out an elongated arm straight for the mid-vanishing Vegito.
My goat, Boo.
And shockingly, Vegito would then quickly notice something was wrong. What the? Opening his eyes to reveal that in that very instant, Buu had wrapped his arm completely around the God Killer, trapping him there before he could go anywhere else. Wait, Buu, what are you doing? And as he realizes finally exactly who the assailant is, he would scream out scoldingly in anger. But it would all be cut short, as now facing him...
Yo, Vegeta about to get the touch, bro? Vegeta the GOAT?
final flash. Ah! And with one final scream before impact, he would let out, "No, not like this!" But the words would be too little too late in the end, as instantly Vegeta's attack would make contact and leave a devastating explosion in its wake. Huh? The turn of events shocking Goku, who would think, "Wait, did he get him? Vegeta, did you actually do it?" While the bemused Vegeta,
Oh, even Vegeta didn't expect that.
would
Okay.
mutter, I don't know, Kakarot. You never can tell with this guy. As in the aftermath, only smoke bellowing around can be seen. With Boo himself letting go before confirming, "I felt him in my very arms. Do not worry, your attack landed. It even got me." As within the smoke, her silhouette does begin to show itself. And standing there,
Hey, the
just
goat
as
Boo?
Boo had
Wait, hold on,
is
bro.
Indeed Vegito,
Wait.
now covered in cuts and bruises, as if definitely having been hit, and with a look of bubbling rage before you. With an angry look, the God Killer would quickly turn his head to lock onto Boo, grunting ferociously until... "You cheater! Who the hell said you could get involved with my fun? You deformed marshmallow!"
Damn, I thought he was gonna beat him up, bro. I thought he was gonna just start wailing on him for a second.
At the pink demon, letting out all of his childish frustration at losing his so-called game, but to methods he never saw coming. Ha 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 ha. And the laughing Boo, smug with himself, would just stand with his arms folded, replying, "Well, don't blame me. You never did say that nobody else here could intervene. After all, for better or worse, are we not all a part of you, Vegito? Not just those two Saiyans over there." Very true, Boo! As an overjoyed Goku, with a beaming smile as his clone disappears, would add, "Woohoo! We did it, Vegeta! I told you we could. Now we'll finally be able to have a say in what Vegito is doing again." As a smirk finally then reappears on Vegeta's face too, and he says, "Indeed, Kakarot. I didn't doubt myself for a second. What say you, Vegito? You did say you were a Saiyan of your word, didn't you?" Before a positively infuriated look would appear
Look at
on
his
Vegeta's
face,
as he grunts and begins disappearing once again. This time, just letting out as he does so, "A deal is a deal." And just like that, the scene would then shift back into the real world, with Vegito standing tall in the wind as black lightning surrounds his entire body. Silently though, inside his mind, he would return to the mindset of his one true mission. Before with a cold look, letting out, "And that deal is to finish killing all of the gods. Time to find you, final destroyer. Your time has come, mule."
Okay.
Behind the God Killer,
He's Ultra Vegito's
the
next
God
victim,
of
huh?
Destruction
Okay.
Mule,
And we're on the
his
final?
angel
We're on the final one
Campari
already?
would then be
Wow.
seen as if targets in a bingo book. But as Vegito would think of the god, in a faraway universe, Mule would finally be seen once more. His head ducked down in the darkness as he would say ominously, "He is finally coming. I can sense it in my blood. My Grim Reaper. Are you three ready? Campari. Yes. Awamo. Yes. And you."
Oh, nah.
And shockingly,
Oh,
the
nah.
final member of Mule's entourage is unbelievably revealed to be Zeno's god himself.
Oh,
One
nah.
destroyer, 2 angels, and one of the strongest warriors in the multiverse, enough to guard the king of all, now awaits
Okay.
the famed God Killer. But back with Vegito, not even a second more is wasted, as the God Killer stares into the sky cold with his palm faced upwards as he thinks, "Forget the damn staff. I've grown even greater with my control of these rings. Universe 3 or not, I can go anywhere I desire with just these. Even another location in the present timeline." And instantly, a time portal is then opened right over the head of Vegito. And with a sinister smirk expected of the God Killer, Vegito would then begin disappearing into its void, giggling out one final time as he does so. "Ready or not, here I come." And eventually, on a suitably strange new planet, the portal would reopen, and Vegito's foot would then softly land in tow. And in a drastically better mood now, Vegito with his arms folded would just nonchalantly look around for any trace of Mule, knowing the score by now that it will be harder done than said as he lets out, Alright, you know I'm here, Destroyer. Your time has come, and Zeno knows I gave you plenty of it. Save me the hassle of finding you, and I may make your death quick." But as Vegito enjoys himself talking to thin air from afar, the God Killer is kept in the sights of a very robotic-looking scope, zooming in quickly at the head of Vegito as he continues to turn from side to side, completely oblivious that he is now in target. And suddenly, from the direction of the scope, what looks like a speeding missile is fired at insane speeds, shooting off down the landscape within nanoseconds, having reached Vegito in its sight before. Just as the strange object
Oh, damn, he didn't see that?
distance, Vegito finally reacts. Only for a humongous explosion like no other to then follow, altering the entire landscape of the planet instantly. And once the damage is
Bro,
done,
who is that?
the culprit is seen.
Oh, you guys know who
As
this
a
is?
mechanized standing robot is seen in the distance with an enormous and powerful looking sniper of some variety. And once zoomed in on its lifeless face, the machine would report,
"Target eliminated. I got him, boss. Direct hit. The rest of you can now stand down and await orders."
And just like that, suddenly from all corners of the smoke and debris of the explosion, 5 other mysterious figures appear.
Okay.
Good work, boss.
As once revealed, 5 more completely armored and battle-clad robots are seen, each green in color, but all slightly different from one another.
Huh?
No! Don't stand down! But finally, from the confines of what seems like an isolated box, God of Destruction Mule then finally makes his appearance, looking panicked in the face as he continues. That's not nearly enough! Direct hit or not, you all keep firing until there isn't a trace of him left! Go! Go now!
You heard him, boys. Keep firing!
On command, all 6 would then do as Lord Mule commanded, blasting off non-stop a mixture of missiles and high-powered energy beams right back into the direction of where Vegito was. And as expected, an even greater explosion is seen, one which begins shaking and damaging the very fabric of the planet. The commander, meanwhile, back in the distance with his giant sniper, would continue delegating.
Keep going, boys. I don't want to see anyone stop until we run out of ammo. What Lord Mule says, goes!
As he then, just the same as the rest of his men, continues his barrage in an attempt to disintegrate the God Killer. No! I think it's time you stop firing those pea shooters. Can you not see the smoke it's creating? Think of the effect on global warming for once.
Global warming, okay.
What?
But in classic style, and probably to be expected by now, a familiar god-killing voice is then heard right behind the commander.
Wait, who was that? Lord Mule? Was that you?
Confusing the simple-minded robot as he waits for clarification until... Suddenly, right through the middle of his skull, an energy blade slices right through. Sorry, but it looks like your call got cut off.
That is oil, right? Is that blood or oil? I don't know.
Energy sword in hand, chopping the commander in half through his body. As mechanical oil,
Yeah, oil.
blood
Okay.
splatters
Wait,
everywhere.
oil and blood? Okay.
Really, Mule? This is the best you could do? As both sides of the robot then explode on the dark and sinister face of Vegito, and a grin builds upon his first cold kill of the day.
What? No! Commander!
And one by one, as realization ripples through the rest of the ranks of their leader's brutal death, the 5 robots stand petrified in fear. Don't worry, kids. You'll be joining your papa soon. As a devious stare then accompanies the God Killer. And suddenly, one by one, each of the mechs would then become confronted by a god of destruction.
Oh,
the
wait,
first
what?
by Beerus, the second by Halise, the third by Belmod, fourth by Liquor, and the fifth, finally, by Rumshi. Each with their palms stretched out forward until... Hakai! With the lifeless faces of their former destroyers, each would yell the chant of destruction, straight at their robotic victim, instantly erasing the 5 mechs from existence as their dust-like bodies now disappear into the atmosphere in front of Vegito's divine apparition. No! And from wherever Mule is hidden, watching on, he would explode in fury, his eyes barely able to conceive what they had just seen, as he continues, My Elite 6! I spent centuries building those! How dare you, God Killer! And As this fury builds, suddenly, the very floor and surface of the planet Vegito is standing on would begin rumbling and crumbling right before the eyes of the God Killer, as if the planet itself was mourning the loss of the 6 robotic victims. As suddenly, bursting forth from the ground itself, right behind Vegito, Mule, encased in a totally
that's Mule?
new and powerful robotic shell, explodes with extreme speed, taking even Vegito by surprise, as he can only stare forward, wide-eyed, as the unexpected machine appears.
What on earth? Destroyer! Is that you?
Eventually quickly turning his head to meet eyes first with the mechanical abomination in front, only for...
You die here, God Killer!
The powerful-looking robot to then quickly launch what appears to be an energy katana straight at Vegito. But just in the nick of time, with his own energy sword already extended, Vegito is able to clash his against the robots, defending himself and narrowly avoiding being stabbed straight through.
Close one!
Leaving Vegito just smirking away as he tries his best to peer into the internals of the machine, adding,
What a strange new robot. Mule, that is you inside, isn't it?
You know me too well, Vegito! And surprisingly, even though his attack was blocked, a crazed smile is seen on Mule, as he replies, Yes, well thanks to you, I had to leave my daily robot shell behind the last time we met. But for you, I've brought out my greatest trump card. I call this Gundam, the strongest fighting machine in Universe 3, and the most advanced technology ever seen in the multiverse. Before, without warning, and with extreme speed and force, Mule would launch the Gundam's leg straight into the torso of Vegito.
Oh, that's actually pretty impressive that he was able to do that.
Enough pain to spit out blood as he briefly thinks,
That speed from a destroyer?
But it wouldn't be enough to push Vegito too far, as scraping across the ground by his feet, he would soon reach a halt, grabbing his stomach where he was hit before.
Fantastic, Mule!
Somehow, through the pain, the sadomasochistic side of Vegito resurfaces again, as if almost happy for the destroyer, as he says,
You weren't kidding! I actually felt that. Your technology must be more advanced than even Dr. Gerome's. To think, the last of you weak gods would have something like this up your sleeve.
Ha 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 ha! You feel my strength, do you? Well, too late now, God Killer! And Mule, completely enthused with Vegito's words, would emulate, yelling back, I'm sure you're realizing now, I was always the secret dark horse among the gods. They all doubted me, judged me for my size, but the truth is, where their power was limited by their own bodies, my power was only limited by just how strong I wanted to make my next robot. My power is infinite, and I will always remain the strongest god by far. But this long and boastful monologue is unfortunately then silenced, as Mule's pupils almost disappear in shock and fear,
funny.
as something unexpected.
I knew something like this would happen, bro. I knew he would get cut off or something.
Slowly, he turns his head down within the machine he was safely confided in before. What?
Wait, what?
Unbelievably, within his own solid machine, a familiar arm that can only belong to one feud Saiyan appears grabbing his arm. And once we
Damn,
peer
did he just like
outside,
poke his hand straight through the
Vegito,
machine?
God Killer is of course inexplicably seen with a clone behind the gun.
Oh, that's a clone?
Taking a leaf out of Goku's book from earlier, with his arm firmly penetrated through its backside, as he then calmly asks, "Ah, so you were in there, mule? I thought I could smell fear in here. So where were we? Something about that toaster making you the strongest god? Huh? Come out and tell me more." And with now an angered roar, Vegito would begin tensing all his muscles while concentrating all of it on his arm, grabbing Mule before... With one vicious swoop, Vegito would then rip out the destroyer like a baby from its pram, as the Gundam is left completely wrecked and crumpled in the process. Turning to the fearful god with a smile and letting out, "Much better, right? You were due some fresh air. Now, are you ready to die, my friend?" Stunning the petrified destroyer, who can only just mutter in his final moments, "No! I need your help now!" And on hearing this strange final sentence from Mule, Vegito suddenly stops in his tracks, sensing something strange in the distance. Something powerful. And without warning, just in front of Vegito, a group of figures smash straight onto the ground, pushing Vegito back briefly from the impact alone and forcing him to let go of Mule. Quickly to build up space and to get a better look, Vegito would then manually jump back, angrily first saying as the group are covered in smoke, "What's this now? More toasters and refrigerators from Universe 3? Give me a break!" But as the smoke fades, instead, three figures begin to be seen staring straight
There's the
back
angel,
at
and
the
that's
now
Zeno's
silent
guard.
Vegito. And shockingly, the three are revealed to be none other
two
than
angels.
the first of Zeno's guards, with both Angel Campari and Iwamo on either side.
Yeah, so two angels,
protecting
one
Mule
Zeno
behind,
guard. Okay.
as if he were the Omni King himself. You! And Vegito, now for the first time in a while, completely stunned, would only be able to think back to the flashback of when he first met the guard, and how in one punch, he was near taken out for the count in his Ultra form.
Whoa.
Perfect! This is perfect! Finally, a chance to see just how much I've improved. Try that attack on me now, God! As with a horrific roar,
Dude, that's
and
crazy,
power
bro.
up to
That's a
his
nice shot right there,
once
bro. What
more,
is that?
Surrounded in dancing black
Oh,
lightning,
damn.
Vegito would ready himself for his toughest battle yet, and for the first time, with divinity directly linked to Zeno himself.
But yeah, there you guys have it, bro. That was Ultra Vegito meets Zeno's guard, man. That was a nice episode, definitely. But like I said, we're gonna start Road to Season 2, starting from when I upload this video all the way to the end of December, to the end of to pretty much to the end of December. We're gonna have that video every single day. We're gonna catch up, and that's it. A video every single day since I was on that little break. But thank you guys for watching, though. Of course, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.